one of the most hilarious tokenizations, that we've seen. And it is in line with what I've said, for example, about why there's Black Valkyries or fucking Hemdall being played by Idris Elba, just wasting actors or characters that are based on Norse mythology and should never be fucking black. It should always be white. And if you think that's racist or something that is shouldn't be the case, I'm just gonna call you fucking retarded, because that's a completely nonsensical, emotional slant that it is that you have. Because from a logical perspective, you know it makes absolutely no sense for there to be black as guardians. But here we have another example where Netflix has a show called Vikings, and apparently they got this black woman as Jar Khan. So this Norwegian ruler, building upon the groundwork laid by history-bending castings of Anne Boleyn, which had happened, Queen Charlotte, and a historically white male Norwegian ruler, Jarl, has been both race and gender swapped. These motherfuckers did a show about Vikings, bro, and they done race and gender swapped. Netflix exclusive sequel to history's original Viking series, Vikings Valhalla, picks up 100 years after Ivar the Boneless began the Norse invasion of England, and focusing on the European clash between Christianity and paganism, beliefs, as well as the end of the Viking Age, introducing the series. Premiere episode and portrayed by Danish pop jazz singer Caroline Henderson. Jarl is depicted as the benevolent and wise ruler, of the Kattegat region in Denmark, itself shown as an open haven for people of various faiths and ethnicities during a time of conflicts between. So basically, among the whitest motherfuckers, like I said, there's some very white things, but it's hard to find things more whiter than like Norse shit. Like that's about as white as it gets. That's about as white as it fucking gets. That's white as fuck. So they race and gender swapped Jarl, but it's on brand. It's funny, we talk about the mild take that Ryan had and all of the things that I talk about tokenization. And I even brought this up in that one conversation that I had the other day. And that was that Hollywood, how it works is that they cast people with people in mind. This actor killed it because they got the job because they were the best person for the job is utter fucking nonsense. Because, number one, when you cast, and people that have worked in Hollywood know this, if they don't just strictly reach out, there's one or two things that are generally going to happen. This is the standard. This is literally the standard, not my opinion. They will say, hey, we need this person that is filling this role in a casting call to look this way, to be of this height, all of that. Now, that's not to say that some of those won't be, let's say, not race specific. But when you're talking about a character that already exists, that's already white, you have to go out of your way to make that change. Okay? So now for those of you that think that this shit is, we've seen too many examples of it because you continue to say that, well, this existed because he or she was the best person for the job. That is fucking nonsense. It's something that they went out of their way to fucking do. And they show you that by examples. You think, it's only with comics, right? Comic book related material. They only do that tokenization because that person is the best person for the job. Then they continue to show you it's shit being done as the beginning of the article with historical figures. Historical, like figures that people that actually existed, right? There's no fictional, because that's one of the things. Oh, it's a different unit, it's fiction. No. They're basing it off historical characters that have actually existed, like Anne Boleyn, said Queen Charlotte, as the beginning of this article notated. Another example of this is that they're doing it with animated characters. What fucking sense does it make to do it with animated characters? Well, because they're doing it on purpose. Now, some of this has a lot to do with these new sort of diversity bullshit. Like you good luck ever depicting like an all-white cast. That'll probably never happen again, even if you are describing something that's like needs to be all white, considering the historical connotation. But because like you can't get, which is what they care about, I don't care about it, and you probably don't, but they care about the Oscars, they care about the BAFTA awards and all of that, because they want to grab those awards, and you won't even be nominated for those awards if you don't have X amount of percentage of this type of color and sexuality and all this other bullshit. None of this shit is done by way of merit. Those days are long fucking gone. It's not done by way of merit. Retire that nonsensical argument. I don't need to show you any more examples. Just stop. Just give it up. They do it purposefully, and that's what it is. You just listened to a clip from my podcast, For Canon's Sake, which is live throughout the week at 12 p.m. Central on youtube.com/YoungRipper59 and odyssey.com/@YoungRipper59. Be sure to check out my website, ericdjuly.com, so you can stay up to date with everything it is that I'm doing. You can also become a member and get access to a bunch of cool perks and exclusive content, which includes a social media hub where you can interact with myself and other members. It even has an app that you can get, which is now live in the Google and Apple stores.